Past Lives is one film I highly anticipated but took a lot of time to watch. The reason being, having heard about its premise, I knew it would plunge me into a mental state I wasn't ready to confront. I described this film's main theme as something taken away from you, only to give you the hope you might have it back, only to take it slowly before you realize it's too late to have it again. And that, my friend, is childhood, which I strongly believe this movie is heavily about, aside from the love depiction. Childhood is a fundamental chapter that defines our essence as human beings. The most mundane of occurrences often trigger vivid recollections of some of those initial paragraphs that still lack some spelling. Memories like a cake your grandma used to bake, a specific line of a movie you remember, a behavior another family member used to have, a childhood friend you miss dearly, or something as simple as a sound or a smell. I have mentioned before in my videos that I really don't deal well with nostalgia. It rips me apart if I'm too sensitive at the moment. So this film made me think of all the things I remember and really had me in the state that, oh well, you don't want to see it. Love here is depicted in a deeply affecting and intentionally convoluted manner, mirroring the complexities of life itself, managing to maturely illustrate a complex scenario with a lot of elements that create different discussions around the themes this film carries, crafting each scene with a very gentle touch, making me recall movies like In the Mood for Love, two hearts that are lured to each other, but they never cross the line. They don't hold hands, they don't kiss or make out, they just hug, followed by a sweet silence, and then they hug again, and it's beautiful. The three characters in this film had the world on their shoulders towards the situation, with different struggles that are equally hard to deal with. And I love that the film is so empathetic towards these three characters, and the story never treats Arthur like he's the elephant in the room. He's equally important to the narrative. They are suffering their battle in a way that they can't do much, because the worst and, to an extent, best part of life is that we should always have in mind there are things we can never control. Still, it sure leaves an enduring mark when facing these predicaments. Arthur gives his all, loving his wife and having to build confidence to accept the situation, doing the best of the best so she is comfortable with her feelings. But we know what he's struggling with in this scenario, also feeling guilty for not letting Nora pursue what really calls for her inner soul. Nora struggles with the fact that she loves her husband, but a part of her is attached to the memories built with Hae-sung, and she goes against the storm to not hold him tight and just never leave. He represents the childhood that Nora was taken away from, every memory and sensation that once she lost when she went to the United States as a kid. Hae-sung might have strange feelings according to him, feeling guilty because of Nora's husband who's a nice guy, and he doesn't want to ruin what's between them. At the same time, he desires things to be different. The acting itself is amazing. Each line and facial expression is delivered with such subtlety, almost as if the characters are on the verge of breaking down at any given moment. This greatly enhances the narrative, which unfolds gradually before reaching an explosive climax, leaving a lasting impact that resonates deeply. It effectively touches upon the emotional chords we often try to avoid, with each scene delicately crafted yet carrying a profound weight. The visual presentation enriches everything through its vibrant color palette, meticulously selected shots, and tenderly composed score. There is a scene with voiceover where Nora talks about the meaning of past lives, and it really is soul-piercing precisely because of the cinematography. There is only one specific thing that it's minor, but I couldn't ignore, that being the first minutes of this film with someone commenting on them at the bar. For me, it didn't add anything to the later scene. Feels very odd in tone with the rest of the film. Again, it sure might be subjective, so ignore my poor brain trying to process it. Anyway, have you seen Past Lives? What did you think of it? Let me know. Also, if you find my channel and you like what I do here, consider subscribing, and we'll see each other in the next video. See ya.